Hey everybody, and welcome to or back to my channel, My Kind of Stuff. And today is episode 3 of Series Knockout. So, what Series Knockout is for me is just kind of a way to hold myself accountable and keep up to date on all of the series that I am in the middle of. Honestly, it's way too many at this point. It's kind of embarrassing. But I feel like this past month I've done a pretty good job of getting caught up on stuff, finishing stuff up. So let's talk about it. I did start a new series this month, but I am caught up because luckily only one book is out yet, but that is Heartstrings by BK Borison. So I read the first book. I sadly didn't love it. It was called First Time Caller. It was okay. It was a total cover buy because the cover was absolutely gorgeous. But I feel like the book lacked a lot of substance that I don't know. I just was a little let down. I've read 2 other books by this author and absolutely loved them. So the fact that this one didn't hit for me is a little sad, but I will still try the next book when that comes out. I believe it's not scheduled to come out until March of next year. So we'll get to that when it happens. Another series that I started this month was the Salacious Players Club. I just read Praise, which is book 1. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't really expecting to. It's one of those ones that's been around on the bookternet for so long and there's so much hype behind it. Um was it the best thing ever written? No, but it was a spicy, silly time. I don't know. I thought it was goofy, but also I ate it up. I didn't want to put it down. I really liked the humor in the writing, and yeah, so I'm excited to continue that series. Um, I think most of the reason why I haven't continued it yet is because I only owned book 1. I was afraid to buy the rest um, until I had at least tried one book because, again, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. Another series that I started was Royals of Forsyth University. Um, Honestly, this is a series that I'll probably just end up DNFing at some point. I, I don't know. I thought I kind of enjoyed the first book, but also it was really stupid. Um, the I don't know. The plot was fine, but the actions of the female main character didn't really make any sense. Um, eh, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll give one more book a try. I don't know. I don't know. That's one of those on the fence series for me, so I don't know. I started it, but it may be a DNF. Another one that I started was the Fractal Verse. This is a sci-fi series. Again, not really sure how I feel about it. The first book was far too long. Um the latter half of the book was really good, but the first half was so repetitive. I just was skimming pages because I was like, "Come on, can we do something different?" Like I know you can do something different, please. So that's another one. I do own book 2, and book 2 is a third of the size of the first book, so I probably will read it at some point because I didn't hate the first one. Um, but it's definitely, again, not another priority one that I'm going to be getting to anytime soon. Um, the other series that I started was Irish Kiss by Sienna Blake. I read book 1, which was Irish Kiss. I don't know how many books are in this series. I want to say it's 7 or 8, maybe. Um, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a lot of fun. It is a dark romance, so it's a girl and her parole officer. Um, yeah, this was cute. a little found family moment in it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to check out the rest of the books in this series. Again, I don't own them. I honestly hadn't even heard about the series, but I got book 1 in a Dark and Disturbed book box that I had ordered, and that's how I found the series. That's how I ended up with it. So excited to continue, and that I found a new series that I loved out of a book box that I never would have picked up otherwise. And the last series that I started was The Order. I read book 1, which is Kingdom of Fallen Ash. This is a 4-book series by Catriona St. Clair. I absolutely loved this book. I already ordered the special editions of the next 3. They should hopefully be here this week. They were like print to order, so I don't know exactly when they're going to come yet. They haven't shipped yet. But it was so good. I was not expecting it. I don't ever hear anyone talk about it. So definitely, if you like a fantasy romance, a little bit on the darker, grittier side, definitely check this one out. It gave me the like giddiness and vibes I felt when I was reading Serpent in the Wings of Night. So yeah, I was really, really excited that I liked this. I didn't even pick this book up for myself. I just happened to be at Barnes and Noble one day with my husband, and we were kind of looking at the dark romance books, and he was like laughing. He was like, these all look exactly the same. They're all black covers with skulls or snakes or roses on them. He was like, how do you even tell them apart? And I was like, yeah, I mean, he's not wrong, right? Like they're all very similar. So I asked him to pick me one out. He found this book with a special edition cover, and it like looked like there were superheroes on it, and he was like, this one. I was like, I've never heard of that before, but sure. So I ended up reading it and absolutely loving it. So really excited about that. There were also a couple series that I made some progress in. The first one being Dark Gathering, which is a manga series. I just read volume 4. There are a ton of volumes of this out already. I only own 1 through 7, I think, right now, so I definitely need to pick up more, but I didn't want to do that until I got caught up with what I already owned. I've been kind of prioritizing manga quite a bit lately, so yeah, that's exciting. Because we own a ton of it, and I've read like none. So excited that I made a little bit of progress there. I also made progress in solo leveling. As of last week, I was caught up in it, but now the 12th volume just released. I just picked it up at Barnes & Noble a couple days ago. I haven't read it yet, so I'll be finishing that series up probably by next episode, but you guys know how much I love this series. I talk about it all the time. I watch the show, I watch the movie, I've read the graphic novels, I've read some of the light novels. Like, I am obsessed. So yeah, really excited to have the next volume already and be able to read that. Another graphic novel series that I made some progress in is Alice in Borderland. I got this entire set. It's 9 volumes. They're like omnibuses of a bunch of parts. I got them for Christmas, I believe, from my husband. I had read volumes 1 through 3 previously, like right when I got them, and then I don't know what happened. I think I got obsessed with solo leveling and then like forgot about Alice in Borderland. But then our TBR game picked Alice in Borderland as a spinner wheel pick for me. So I read volume 4, and then I remembered how much I loved it. So then I also read volumes 5, 6, 7, and 8. So as of right now, I only have volume 9 left to read. So I will definitely be getting to that one very soon. It's actually sitting on my book cart over here next to me, waiting to be read. I'm really really excited about this series. There's also a Netflix show that's like live acted, and I just watched the first episode, which they're long episodes. They're like 45 minutes. Normally when you get like adaptations of like manga and that kind of stuff, it's pretty short. They're normally like 20-minute episodes, so I was surprised by how long it was. I think they did a good job with the casting. The like voiceovers could use a little work. I don't know. It was a little awkward, but like also I just love the story so much. So I'm really excited to watch more of that. I think there's 2 seasons out right now. All I've watched is 1 episode, so I have more Alice in Borderland to binge, and I can't wait. And then there was one more series that I made some progress in, and that is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I read book 2, The Ballad of Never After. I really enjoyed book 2, and I'm so glad I did, because book 1, I felt like it left me wanting more. I read Caraval by Stephanie Garber a year or 2 ago now. Absolutely loved it, ate it up. I just love her writing. It's really immersive. Like, she pulls you into the story the way she describes everything. I'm not someone that can like picture things in my head while I'm reading, so just the way that she describes the world really helps draw me into the story. And I really enjoyed the plot line of book 2 in this series, and the little like twist and cliffhanger at the end. I'm really excited to get to book 3 now. There is one more series that I made progress in, and I'm actually currently caught up in until the next book releases in December, and that is the Dark Olympus series by Katie Robert. I read 2 of the books this past month, which was Dark Restraint and Sweet Obsession, which actually just released in April and was on my 25 in 2025. So I'm really proud of myself for like getting to it as quickly as I did. I don't always do that. I'm really bad at reading new releases when they come out. I generally like to try to like get an audiobook from my library, and sometimes, there's like months of a wait. So, yes, really excited that I made progress there. This series has kind of been all over the place for me. I've loved some of the books, I've hated other ones. Her newest one was a male romance, though, and it was so good. I ate it up. I loved it. So I am excited now, finally, again, to continue the series. I think the reason that I had put it off for as long as I did was because I wasn't loving the books at that point. So glad that this last one really like scratched that itch for me, and they introduced some new characters that I'm really excited for. So, yes, in December, we will hopefully be continuing that series as well. And then I am so proud of myself. I finished 5 series this past month. The first one being Rebel Blue Ranch by Layla Sage. I just read the 4th and final book. I've been pretty good about reading these like as they come out. Unfortunately, this last book was a little disappointing. It it too closely followed the characters that we were the main focus in book 3, that like the story felt really repetitive. A lot of the same things that we saw the male main character go through in book 3, we were now watching from his ex-wife's perspective in book 4. So like you already knew what happened and how it was going to end. Yeah, you got her perspective on it, but like you knew at the end how it was all going to wrap up. So I don't know. It was just a little bit of a letdown for me, but hey, I finished a series, so we'll take that as a win. And I loved books 1, 2, and 3, so I really can't be mad at it. And it's not to say that book 4 is bad. I think if you read that book as a standalone, it would actually be pretty good. It's just that because I read it with the rest of the books, it just didn't do it for me. Another series that I finished is Six of Crows. I read, well, this is a duology, so obviously I read book two by Lee Bardugo. And I, yeah, I don't know. I just didn't care. I think I waited too long to read book two, that like I wasn't invested in these characters anymore. Um, and it just wasn't as exciting this time because they were kind of just all hurt and like bumbling around, and I don't know. It was fine. Like it wasn't a bad time, but it definitely was not a favorite. Another series that I finished was the Hot and Hammered series by Tessa Bailey. Um, I didn't really like book one all that much, but I really enjoyed books two and three. So I'm glad that I gave them a shot after not enjoying book one. I try to be fair with series, especially when they're like interconnected standalones like this, where like each book follows a different sister from the family. That if I don't love one, maybe those characters just didn't do it for me, but I at least try to give one more book a try. Um, so yeah, really glad that I continued with this series. Tessa Bailey is one of my authors this year that I wanted to try to get through more of her backlist of, at least of what I own. So I think I have 3 more backlist books by her to read, but her books are so easy and bingeable. Like I normally read them in an afternoon. Um, so yes, finished another series there. Another series that I finished was The Veiled Kingdom. Another one where I was let down by the last book. Books 1 and 2 were so good. And then I don't know what happened in book 3. Book 3 could have wrapped up like a third of the way into it and been a better ending than the ending we got in the last 2/3 of the book. I don't know. Also, this book was like twice the length of the other ones. And obviously it didn't need to be because it could have wrapped up a lot quicker. Um, but hey, again, another series that I'm glad I finished because I did at least enjoy the first 2 books. And the last series that I finished was the Culpables series by Mercedes Ron. These were like a Wattpad series in Spanish. They've now been traditionally published in English. So I read those. I watched the first 2 movies on Amazon. They are dubbed over in English. So if that bothers you, maybe not. I think the movies are better than the books, honestly. And book 3, I didn't absolutely love either. It had a trope in it that kind of gives me the ick. I didn't really love it. But yeah, I don't know. I was honestly a little worried that we weren't going to get a happily ever after in this series. Um, because of events that happened in book 2 and then continued over into book 3. I was a little worried. And again, it had a trope in it at the end that I just absolutely hate. So, that being said, again, not a favorite. It seems to be a theme in this that the last book is letting me down. But that's fine. You know, we finished a lot of series. We made a lot of progress in other series, got caught up in stuff. Um, Very close to finishing some other series. I just have like 1 book or manga left. So, yeah, really, really excited that, you know, I made really good progress this month. I really feel like I finally accomplished something with this series knockout challenge. I decided that for next episode, episode 4, so probably another month away at this point, that I am going to do a spinner wheel of some of the series that like are high priority to me because of like personal goals, or also I just have like a good chunk of books left in them. And we're gonna spin that spinner wheel, and whatever we get, that's what we're finishing. If that means we are reading 8 more books in a series, that's what we're doing. We're reading all 8. And I'm super excited to do this. I really like, again, I want to continue this high of feeling so accomplished from finishing so many series or like getting caught up on stuff that's what I want to do right now. I want to continue feeling accomplished. So keep the lookout for that in the coming episode. Let me know down in the comments below if there's any new series that you think I should check out, or any of these series that we talked about today that you absolutely love. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Give the video a thumbs up on your way out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!